I'm the nostalgia guy, remember? So you don't have to. When it comes to Lion King spin-offs, one rule is clear. You don't fuck with the money. From shows to remakes to both. Lion King has become one of Disney's biggest golden calves, to a point where I'm waiting for them to introduce a calf named Goldie and make her a Disney princess. While some were entertaining and others scalped feelings you didn't know could be scalped, this film was somewhere in between. Leaning towards the good end. Released in 1998, Lion King 2: Simba's Pride I find fascinating for a couple reasons. Firstly, it's one of the highest selling direct-to-video movies ever made with over 465 million in sales worldwide. Second, despite it being a direct-to-video movie from Disney, an early one at that, people widely enjoy this film despite these sequels usually getting a bad reputation. It did seem like the direct-to-video movie that had the most effort put into it at the time, with the previous sequels being Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and Pocahontas. But years later, people still seem to have a soft spot for the follow-up to one of the biggest animated movies of all time, and that's no small feat. So, what did Lion King 2 do that so many other Disney sequels couldn't get right in the past and totally not the present? Man, so many Godfather 2s! Well, let's head back to Darkened Eyes and Dubbed Singers to find out. This is Lion King 2: Simba's Pride. Right off the bat, there's a few things you might pick up on. First being, while the animation's not bad, it's certainly not the original. Keep in mind, this was still straight to video, and their other sequels had forks that looked like limp dicks. This is a huge upgrade. You might also notice it's different songwriters. Quite a few, actually. But they still brought back Le Bohème, who did the African chants in the original, and also one of the songwriters from Pocahontas 2. I know you're expecting a joke about that, but those songs are actually pretty good. I can like things!
There's no mountain too great.
Honestly, this intro is kind of refreshing, as while it does mimic Circle of Life's opening number, it still has a different feel. There's no roaring yell or sun piercing through the sky, it's a little more laid back. In fact, this song was also used in the Broadway version, a clever way to sort of tie these two together.
He lives in you.
Even as a ghost, I show up to my grandkid's shit. On Simba's day, my father just sent a whiskey-stained 5 and a blank birthday card. It wasn't even a Lion King card!
Ah, Pumbaa, look at that little guy.
It is a girl.
Girl! Oi!
Vaginas suck! Their daughter's name is Kiara, voiced by Michelle Horn, and the rest of the voice actors are mostly the original cast, with the exception of Zazu, now voiced by Edward Hibbert, who's always called in to replace Disney birds.
And stay away from the Outlands.
Nothing there but a bunch of backstabbing outsiders.
You can't turn your back on them.
How come?
They think her cute!
Oh, Simba. Who does she remind you of?
Hey, she looks nothing like my secretary!
You have a secretary?
Gotta go. When you realize this is this film's equivalent of the Stampede scene. Timon and Pumbaa are put in charge of babysitting her, which is like having Ted Nugent babysit bullets. Something's gonna happen. But Kiara slips away and heads towards the Outlands, which is the Shadowlands but with pussy.
Who are you, Pridelander?
She bumps into another lion cub named Kofu.
My father says to never turn your back on an outsider. You always do what Daddy says.
I don't know. I have to ask Daddy.
An outsider doesn't need anybody. I take care of myself.
Three horns never play with sequel bait. They're attacked by crocket gators and they save each other, narrowly escaping.
You're really brave. You are pretty brave too. My name's Kovu. I'm Kiara.
My mother taught me this look that confused generations of boys. Is it working?
It looks like Kofu is the son of Zira, played by Suzanne Plachette. Oh, this'll be the greatest sequel ever made if it ends like this. As it looks like the Outlands and the Pride Land are feuding packs.
We have barely begun.
As you can guess, Zira is supposed to be this movie's version of Scar. Which is humorous, seeing how she's female, yet Scar is far more feminine.
He was hand-chosen by Scar to follow in his paw prints and become king.
Missed that from the original? Don't worry, they'll fix it up in the special edition.
The trouble I've seen.
Hi.
Sing something with a little bounce in it.
You got it!
If you need your pound of flesh, here.
Wow, it's like Sophie's Choice, only nobody even asked! As you'd imagine, Kiara and Kofu are told they can never see each other again.
As future queen,
What if I don't want to be queen?
that's like saying you don't want to be a lion. It's in your blood. We are part of each other.
And if there's 1 to 2 males in every pack, yet we're mostly female, then how am I? How are you related to Nala again?
One of Broderick's many dub singers comes in and sings a nice little song called We Are One. Right after telling her they should all stay divided.
We are one.
Am I the only one, by the way, that thought that was Pride Rock and Simba turned into a giant? Just me? Fuck y'all then.
Oh, hey, Patani. Where's little termite Kovu?
Meanwhile, in the Outlands, the most Andy Dick lion, played by Andy Dick, is frustrated because he's the older brother of Kofu and therefore thinks he should be king.
I'm the smartest. No, these termites!
I'd be okay if we just replaced his performance with his joke from The Aristocrats. We'd be teaching kids the classics.
Who has made us outsiders?
Simba!
Who killed Scar?
Simba!
Who said you couldn't be Scar's son because that would make the romantic lead your cousin? Michael Eisner? Yes, he gets it right once in a while.
She sings the villain song My Lullaby, which is hard not to compare to Be Prepared, but the orchestrations are still pretty cool and give it an intimidating enough sound.
The sound of Simba's dying gasp. His daughter squealing in my grasp.
You know, the Pride Lands really are in a bad spot. It's surrounded by muddy smoke, scorching heat, and unpleasant locals. It's pretty much Disney World in the middle of Florida. Years pass and Kofu grows older, now voiced by Jason Marsden, who's ready to infiltrate Simba's home.
I will avenge Scar. What is your destiny?
My soul belongs to you, Baba. Wrong animated flick with us in it. Though nice to see you again. Want to find a grilled cheese truck after recording? I'd like that.
Kiara as well grows older, played now by Neve Campbell, who's starting her first hunt. Timon and Pumbaa are instructed to follow her.
Tango Charlie Alpha. What's your position?
Tail erect.
Movie, if you're not gonna make it hard for me. Even my jokes about making jokes are doing it! But the lines from the Outlands set Photoshop filter fires and Kiara is caught in the middle of it.
Wow, that was super easy. Why does that trip up the boys so much?
She passes out though, and Kofu takes the opportunity to save her. Good thing they knew exactly where she was gonna pass out and the direction the flames were going.
You saved her? Why?
I humbly ask to join your pride.
No!
Kofu explains how he saved Kiara and that he left Zira, with none of them being aware that he's still in cahoots with her.
You owe him your daughter's life.
Clearly, we are in his debt, and royal protocol demands that all debts be paid.
Okay, fine, we'll try killing his daughter, he'll rescue her, then we'll be even! They allow Kofu to enter the Pride Lands, but it's made clear he's not one of them.
You wouldn't last 3 days on your own.
Oh, and I suppose you could teach me?
Damn it, why wasn't this a Disney remake so I could start off perfect and boring with no improvements needed?
And once he has Simba alone...
He'll do his gardening. In a pretty cool dream sequence, Simba tries saving his father only to be held back by Scar.
Scar.
Less cool, Scar! I had a dream I almost acted. Thank God I'm still Matthew Broderick.
Kofu shows Kiara how to be a better hunter, and all of this is surprisingly very believable. It makes sense that he would be better, as that's all he's been taught ever since he was a kid. He didn't even know what playing was because he's only been shown how to be a killer.
What's the matter? Don't you know how to play? Oh.
Where Simba always kept too close an eye on Kiara, coddling her too much. Their chemistry works very well too, with Kofu at first not being interested, but the more he shows Kiara how to hunt, the more she shows him how to enjoy life. As you probably put together, this is a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, which makes sense as the first film was clearly Hamlet. This has been played for laughs and other variations, but both performers take their roles seriously enough for this to work.
My father said there was a darkness in Scar that he couldn't escape.
Maybe there's a darkness in me, too.
It doesn't seem like just another paycheck for them. They sound like they want to turn in something legitimately emotional and authentic.
Judge me now for who I am. Or am I to be blamed for a crime I didn't commit?
Our place is with our pride. If we run away, they'll be divided forever.
I surprisingly get into these new characters more than I do the old characters, who I can't really say are bad, but can't really say are good either.
Maybe he could help. Right, let the vicious outsider. Hey, wait, what if he helps?
You know, kids, you can just chapter skip my lines from the first film. I'll judge, but quietly. Rafiki sees possibilities in their blooming romance and decides to sing a catchy but kinda pointless song.
Where the passion fruit grows sweet.
I don't know, I just get less high romance out of this and more cereal commercial.
Better watch your step, cause the path is steep. Wherever I go with my Cocoa Krispies. Fruity marshmallow Krispies you'll be. Snap, crackle, poppin' over lots of fruities.
Regardless, African Under the Sea is still fun and colorful, and even Simba opens up to their bond and invites Kofu to sleep with the pack, despite it leading to some slightly awkward animation.
Kiara, I don't want you talking with him. I want to talk with him.
No lion sleeps tonight. Oh yeah.
Simba tells Kofu about the terrible things Scar did, and he starts to change his point of view. However, the lions from the Outlands have not.
Well done, Kovu. Just like we always planned.
You! No! I didn't have anything to do with this!
We'll just replace any with every and you'll be closer to how things went down. The lions attack, but Kofu saves Simba, accidentally sacrificing his brother in the process.
I tried.
Shh. I shall always remember you, other one.
You!
Haha, you look more like Scar now, which doesn't add a ton to the story, but it looks kinda cute. I might get one. Kofu runs away, and Simba returns home telling everyone what happened. And give Timon and Pumbaa credit, this is a pretty good laugh.
Let me at him, let me at him. Here, hold me back. Okay. Let me at him, let me at him. Okay.
They don't always hit, but when they do, they reach the bleachers. Simba banishes Kofu, and while you could see this as another liar reveal / third act breakup, which usually sucks ass in movies, the acting, as well as the fact that he's still torn between both sides, still keeps it pretty engaging. The song, while he's being tossed out, is also pretty good, though the staging can be a little odd at times.
Deception, disgrace.
No, not the antelope and the zebra! They were the swing animals! Kiara tries to defend Kofu, but Simba won't listen, resulting in her running off and singing another song despite we just got done with one.
I may not be brave or strong or smart.
Wow, your inner voice is kind of a bitch to you.
But somewhere in my secret heart.
It makes awkward rhymes.
Love is never wrong, and so it never dies.
And so does he, for that matter. You two really were meant for each other.
Hey, look. We are one.
Think we just saw our Hunchback 2 beauty is on the inside moment. Even Kiara looked shocked that line was in this.
What?
That was some Mulan 2 shit right there. This is Simba's pride, goddammit!
Attack!
The lions from the Outlands decide to attack while Simba is injured. Well, there's no other way to say it.
Catfight?
Where's your pretty daughter, Nala? Vitani!
This is our first time meeting in this, but die! Kofu and Kiara return and stop the fighting, convincing them that enough is enough.
Them? Us. Look at them. They are us.
They all decide to stand down, but Zero refuses to concede.
Simba, the river!
Also, we build dams? Lions do that?
Zero, give me your paw.
Alright, I've always wanted to say this. Long live the Queen.
Zira is literally washed up, and Simba unbanishes the lions from the Outlands. Remain perfectly still. Only I may roar.
Well done, my son. Have some leaf thoughts I'm throwing your way.
And that was Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, and for what it is, it ain't half bad. As direct-to-video films went at the time, it was rare you saw animation or music of this quality. In some other countries, I guess it was even shown on the big screen. It's not as good as the original, but I don't think anyone was really expecting that. It's still colorful, has decent performances, and isn't just a retread of the first movie. Is it a little formulaic? Sure, but for the budget and time restraints most direct-to-video movies had, I'd say they did a pretty damn good job. If you're in the mood for not a fantastic, but a decent follow-up to one of the biggest movies ever made, check this out. It's better than it honestly has any right to be. I'm a nostalgia critic, guy, remember it, so you don't have to.
What's your position? Tail erect!